context of rapid social development, I can still see that many people weaken or suppress women's emotions. Gradually, girls with female consciousness start fighting for women's rights and female independence.
How can you love women? We work hard every day to move it forward, and we don't want to go backwards. We're not going to go back.
Moreover, I found that among the many girls who fought for women's rights and promoted women's independence, a large number became strong women. They minimized the expression of their emotions and subconsciously suppressed their emotions. I think this is very sad and should not be. That's why I choose this topic. I want to know why so many girls now subconsciously suppress their emotions and they think emotions is not a good thing. So I began to look for relevant materials, like looking at the development process of feminism, famous event development, representative speeches, books, and so on, to investigate the root cause of this phenomenon. The first question, how women are seen. This trailer does a great job of showing how the image of women in art.
The male gaze is definitely normalized in our society.
Almost all of us are familiar with the phrase, the objectification of women. What exactly is an object and what is a subject?
It's the stuff that I think you thought, and maybe I thought, well, everybody knows this. It's in the ether. And so to name it and to show it is something that I believe can change the world.
I personally see a very clear connection between this visual language of cinema, employment discrimination against women.
This documentary is a pretty good record of people taking advantage of women. It presents a state of intense objectification of women.
If the camera is predatory, then the culture is predatory as well.
After watching the trailer, the comments below are also good feedback.
But more the fact that male filmmakers subconsciously shoot female actors quite differently than their male counterparts. The problem is that while I register it as a man, the singular repetitiveness of the treatment of women in movies desensitizes me to the point that I might as well be unconscious of it. This objectification of women is, of course, not the only objectification in cinema.
These comments reflect the phenomenon of modern society very well. When an event or a bad action appears in front of the public many times, people will gradually numb and accept it naturally, even though the behavior is extremely bad and wrong. I think this is also an important reason why there are a large number of people in life who do not view this objectification of women as bad behavior. The objectification of women is not just seen in movies or art productions. We also can see it in our daily lives. In the era of the gradual development of the internet, many girls share their opinions on the internet, which also makes me see a lot of videos that speak for themselves and girls, and I also hear their bravery. She is one of my favorite bloggers. In this whole video, she listed in detail how men use jokes to insult women in daily life. And the jokes are full of objectification and humiliation of women.
10、11点没睡发了微博的话，一般回复是什么？
这么晚不睡觉，你肯定没有生活。
对，晚睡和不晚睡只取决于你有没有某种生活吗？就已经狭隘到这个份上了吗？就是会有男生啊跟女生聚集在一起，对一些女孩品头论足。上如果有女孩劈腿，站着把腿劈到这儿，下面评论一定是非常难看的。然后女孩苦练那么多年跳舞的舞蹈演员，就在某些人眼里，这就是一件那么龌龊的事情了。
This documentary is an opportunity to shed light on the injustices women are subjected to all over the world. It spent 3 years interviewing 2,000 women in 50 countries and collaborating with angles in more than 50 countries to make this extraordinary documentary. Feeling the power of women and the difficulties that women bear, they are moving forward, they are shouting, they are exposing the set of suffering in order to let more women stand up, and it can bring a self-identity that awakens, encouraging many girls.
I'm a happy, strong, crazy woman.
I'm a big fan of talk shows, and to my delight, more and more female stand-up actresses are standing in front of the public. They used ironic humor to tell about painful experiences and the unequal treatment they suffered as girls. It also helps a lot of Chinese girls.
就在有些人眼里啊，这个世界上只有2种女人：好女人和离婚女人。
More and more women continue to work hard and stand in front of the public, and when they succeed, they inevitably talk about how hard it has been, and the reason is simply because she is a woman.
在同样一个 level 上，你需要比同级的男性优秀很多，你才能得到同样的机会。
I just want to say that girls should be confident, think more, and not be afraid to speak out when we experience unfair and uncomfortable treatment. I know it's so hard. Girls are born in this environment, so a lot of times we take this kind of unfairness as the norm. So that's why we will hard work and to argue that. Another, I want to say the problem of objectification of women is not only for girls to change, because the fastest way to solve the problem of women's repressed emotions is for men to stop those controlling behaviors that do not respect inequality. So we should need a joint effort.
Oh,